I don't want to tell our players to do something and then me do something different. But I know you'll want a little bit of conversation about what happened over Thanksgiving. We've told our players that's over. We're moving forward. We've got another game to play, and that's the beauty about what we do. But if you go back and rewind, we've had 3 games against 3 different styles and types of teams, and we're able to adjust, adapt, and find a way to be successful. It starts with how you guard, starts with taking care of the ball, starts with getting to the free throw line and making your free throws and rebounding the ball, and then being efficient with your offense. And we have been all of the above with a whole lot of different ways that we did it. But we had success, and that makes you feel good about what you've done and confident as you move into tomorrow. But we need to make sure that we're focused on University of San Diego and not thinking about what happened up in Anaheim last weekend. So we're moving forward to play a team that's playing as good a basketball as University of San Diego has played since Bill Greer got to the second round of the NCAA tournament his first year. I believe they're 7-2 or whatever they are. They're a very good basketball team, and they've proven that in a lot of different ways. All our players have to be shown is San Diego at New Mexico. 2-point game with under 2 minutes to go. And they're a team that they're confident right now, and they have reason to be. So we're excited about the game. I believe it'll be a really, really good atmosphere. Hopefully we'll have a lot of San Diego State fans that are there, and we're very much looking forward to the challenge of going and playing them.
You happy that they, as a coach, does it help you that they would have gone to New Mexico and played them so tough?
I think that gives you one more thing to show and talk about. Yet our players, especially those who played over there 2 years ago, and it might just be Xavier Thames, but we'll show tape on it. It might be Tim Shelton talking to them, where we were there, and it was a 1-point game at halftime, and we struggled mightily. We've done that more than once against this team, especially over in their building. And they have lots of different ways that they can hurt you. Johnny D is as good a scorer as we'll line up against. And Anderson is as quick a point guard as there is in the country. So that's a good start.
You don't sound like you're going to see them as, David and you as Goliath then. You don't think there's that kind of disparity between the programs?
They are a very good basketball team. They've won 7 games. When you win, you believe you're going to win again. And I think they've won. It doesn't matter who, where, why, or how, they've won. And that's an elixir that we all grow from and benefit from. They will be ready to play us. They might be saying that. We're not saying that. This is a good basketball team we're playing. And they play in a very good league. And we will be ready to play, and I know they will be ready to play also.
Steve, just to reach back a little bit on the effects from the weekend, your team's now ranked in at least one of the polls, so it's getting a little more respect, recognition nationally. What does that mean to you guys, or does it?
I remember in October of 2010 and 11, preseason, and Mike May came in and said, we're ranked preseason before any ball was made, basket was made, 24th or something like that, 25th, and we did cartwheels. And we wanted to. We made a big deal out of it. First time we'd been ranked. Our kids are proud of the fact that they're ranked, but I don't think that's an issue. We know we've got a good program. If we win, good things will happen in so many different ways. But we're proud of the fact that we do have a program. We're not going to win every game, but we got a program that's respected, highly regarded, and when you beat people of like caliber, then everybody talks about you.
Coach, what was your, I guess, biggest takeaway from the weekend?
I'm sorry?
What was your biggest takeaway from the weekend, just and moving forward? What did you learn about the team that you didn't know beforehand?
We've got depth, and we used it effectively. Dwayne Polee, who had minimal minutes at significant, in terms of a significant spot, came in the Creighton game and was terrific. Made 2 or 3 shots, and when Dwayne comes in, the ball seems to find him. He gets more shots per minute than anybody in the country. So he gave us a spark. But we've had that with a lot of different people. Skylar Spencer only played 13 minutes in the Creighton game, and he was playing pretty good. We wanted to play him every second we could against Marquette because we needed size. So we can go bigger and be effective, or we've had situations where we've been big and been effective. We've had situations where we've been small and been effective. Still, people say, well, can they shoot the ball? Can they shoot the ball? So I'm sure we'll see zones. We have in the past, and we will continue to do that. We have to find ways to get good looks, and then we have to make them. Matt Shrigley came off the bench. We're behind by 10 or 12, and he came in, first time he touched it, he made a basket. Guys have to be able to make some plays, and we've done that, and that gives everybody, including me, the feeling that we'll continue to do that.
Coach, you obviously have a pretty big size advantage, particularly in the backcourt against them. I think Chris Anderson's 5'8", maybe, and Johnny Dee's 5'11", I think. And you start 6'3", 6'4", and 6'8". So obviously you have a size advantage, the offensive end. But how on the defensive end do you counteract that, where they have a lot of quickness and you're bigger bodies?
We have to make sure that we keep Anderson in front of us. He finds those gaps, and he's so quick that when he comes off a ball screen, if you're not on guard, if you're not paying attention and doing your job and corralling him, he'll get into the heart of your defense and makes plays. He makes plays. He's good. He's a very good player. Johnny D is a scorer. He's not a shooter. He's a scorer, and he can score in a lot of different ways. He's not a catch-shoot player that he's a scorer, and he knows how to play. He reads screens well. He flares if you cheat it. He tags and curls it and makes those floaters if you chase him. I'm very impressed with what he does. So we're going to have to do a good job. We'll be challenged. We've had challenges before. This will be another one. We'll have to adjust, and I'm not positive who will start on D, but they'll probably be, depending on who comes in and when, different people that would guard him. But you can't give a scorer easy looks, and that's easy. That's nice to say, but it's hard sometimes to do because they got a lot of different ways to find him scoring opportunities.
Coach, could you update us on the status of J.J. O'Brien, and also what were your thoughts of him being out there playing pretty well with pretty much one hand during the clock game?
I watched our Marquette game, and then I watched it. I sometimes watch to listen to what the announcers are going to say, and I listened, and I think sometimes they go overboard. They oversell one thing, and they talk like J.J. was out there playing with an arm strapped behind his back. He played a lot of. He injured his hand in the first half of the Creighton game, and played all the rest of that game. Scored 11 second-half points. Played all of the Marquette game. We bandaged it up and put a cushion on it, but he played. And trust me, he may not. It'll be cumbersome. He'll wear that little pad on his hand and stuff. But JJ will play, and I believe he will play effectively. He knows how to play. So I'm not overly concerned about that.
Coach, you still played 9-10 guys a lot over the weekend. Is that something you were comfortable with going forward still at this point early in the season?
Playing our young guys, is that what you said?
Just the 9-10 man rotation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we want to do that. We played, all 11 guys played in the event at important moments. Guys that didn't play in the Creighton game, or 10 of our 11 guys played in significant minutes. Akil Quinn did not, he played in the first game, didn't get in the second two. But he's very capable, and James Johnson, who didn't play in the second game, came in and did a good job defensively, keeping those big guys off the glass and boxing them out and doing those things when Kyler Spencer got into foul trouble. So yes, we will play, we will use our depth, and hopefully that will be effective for us and helpful, especially as we move into the second half of games. And you hope that by not playing anybody 40 minutes, you can possibly take up an opponent's legs a little bit and get them a little more tired than you are. That got it?
Coach, you mentioned at the start of the year that you weren't sure where all of your points were going to come from, losing all the guys that you lost. But to somebody new watching the program, if they were to watch the last 3 games over the weekend and see Xavier Thames average 22 points a game, they would kind of think, oh, well, there's that go-to scorer. Is that kind of how he's come along? Is that how you view him right now? Is he going to be the go-to scorer, do you think, the rest of the season?
I made the statement after we played the 3 games that Xavier Thames, over the short haul here recently, is playing as well as any guard in the country. And he is. Look at his numbers. Not just how many points, but look at the efficiency. He's not going to shoot that way. He won't shoot that way all season. But he's a confident shooter. He's a 5th-year senior that knows how to play. And when he's making shots the way he is, we want him to get more shots. But we're not a one-man band. We've got different people that I do believe on any moment can be the leading scorer for that night. I really believe that we'll have 4 or 5 guys scoring in double figures for us when the season ends. And Xavier Thames won't be the leading scorer in the conference. That's going to happen. But Xavier Thames may or may not be our leading scorer at the end of the day. I think that's one of the positives about our team. Even though you look at that 3-day event and you say, stop Thames. That's all we have to do, stop Thames. But that's hopefully not all they have to do.